Guys, you are currently watching a clip from our podcast, The Fellas. The full podcast is available exclusively on Spotify with video for free. So go ahead and follow us on Spotify. It actually helps us out more than you could imagine.
What's your favorite thing that you've done on stream that isn't necessarily you doing like something FIFA related? Was there something that you were doing on stream you're like, I'm having so much fun with this?
I mean, I played Fortnite with Harry Kane. It was
right. What was that like?
It was sick.
Okay.
Because it was a brand deal though. Like I was very nervous because it was obviously it's Harry Kane, right?
Yeah.
And it was a brand deal. So I was a bit, like I wanted to make sure like I delivered. And obviously when I'm like,
are you good at Fortnite?
No, I'm absolutely shocking. I mean, it was like a sort of like a set map type thing.
Yeah.
So,
and what was he like? Was he good to play?
He was absolutely sound. Like I had a chat with him like before and everything, and like because like some of the questions they give me, like they were pre-approved questions, but some of them were like really like risky. And I
really?
thought,
like what? What sort of like? Oh, like where are you going to next time?
No. Like some were like. I'm trying to think of what some of them were, but like, almost like the marry kill type questions, like,
Oh,
but apparently
really?
they were pre-approved, and I thought, I was like, I can't ask him that. Like,
mate, you should have asked him that.
No, I could.
If they were pre-approved.
No, I thought if I ask him that, I'm gonna look like a right knob. I thought, no, I can't. Because there was one, it was just the question was just tiger or shark, and it was like a would you rather. But I read it out. Like stupid, I just read it out, and I thought, Jack, why have you read that? And he was
so wait,
confused.
you've gone and asked him tiger or shark?
Because it was like a 50-50 thing. We had to just choose one or the other, and I was just like, I just felt so bloody bad.
You wanted to shrivel up inside.
But I was really awkward. The only thing, like, what helped me was because people can't see his camera like as I was doing like the intro.
Yeah.
And when I went into like streamer mode, I could see he was sort of like he was quite enjoying it. And I thought, right, because in my mind, I try and think that I'm self-aware. Like the Champions League was on in a couple hours. I thought, it's a Tuesday night, it's a brand deal. He doesn't want to really be playing Fortnite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was just trying to I was just trying to beforehand, just trying to sort of say to him, just trying to keep it casual,
Yeah. I think you'd be, but all those guys, I know there was a few of the Spurs players like Dele Alli, like they actually all banged Fortnite for a long period of time. So he probably did want to play Fortnite, to be fair to him. But when it was a brand deal.
When there's a brand element to it, he's got to answer questions. He's probably answered.
Well, he's got to answer tiger or shark.
Yeah, that was my fault. That was the exact thing. I was literally just what I said. And I just thought, after I said it, I thought, why are you saying that for, like, you absolute idiot?
Tiger or shark.
And it was really awkward because so beforehand we were like going live in like 15 minutes, and I was like, right, you need to tell me like how to make sure I set this lobby up. And they're like, oh, we don't know. I'm like, well, you need to tell me, because you can't just like force me into that. Like, you got to tell me. And they're like, oh, we've sent you a WeTransfer like video link. I'm like, it's expired. They're like, oh, well, sorry, we don't know. And they're like, yeah, we're going live now. I'm like, I don't know how to set up the fucking lobby.
No.
So he actually, like, fair play to him, he was like, I'll do it, like, while we were live, but he'd made himself public. People were joining, going like, come to Man City, come to Man City. I was like, I was just sat there like, I was like, this is... he was so chill about it. Like, he just, like, basically, like, blanked off. I thought, oh, no.
That's class. Have you had any other, like, footballers come out and say that they either watch your stuff or they're a fan or...
Yeah, see, the thing is, there are a few that do watch the stream, but I don't always like to broadcast it, if that makes sense. But there are a couple like Kieran Tierney. He watches the stream. It's quite funny actually, because it was always to do with like I like his card in FIFA sort of thing. Yeah. Then I just noticed he like followed me on Instagram. I was like, oh bloody hell! Because to me, I'm like fucking hell, Kieran Tierney followed me on Instagram.
Yeah.
He said, oh yeah, watching the stream. I was like, oh, it's just like. It's just sick. Like, there's a few players. Tyrese Campbell, he plays for Stoke.
Sick.
He watches the stream a lot. And like, you get a lot of the. It's quite cool because a few of the Argyle players watching that. And
that is really cool. That must be really cool to then go and then see them play in a week's time or whatever.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was just like a fun show. I played Formula One with Mason Mount. That was insane.
Sick.
Yeah.
What? And that was just for fun as well. Like,
it was just for his sort of his combat gaming.
Oh, right, yeah, sure,
so,
sure.
We just asked like, oh, do you want to get involved? I'm like, fucking too right. Yeah,
amazing.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's something that I've noticed a lot, is the fact that how long have you been doing it for? A long time now, right?
Yeah. Well, I think this is going into my 7th year now.
Yeah. So like you and me, we've been around and doing this for a long time.
I was watching you though when I was in McDonald's. Like
really?
That's how long ago.
Yeah,
I'm talking.
man. No,
I was saying that to Chris MD. I'm not joking. Like I used to like use his code all the bloody time because I would on my break in McDonald's we had like a PC in our crew room. I just sit there.
How have you swindled that?
I just sit there opening packs, mate. Like
really?
literally, yeah. I remember once I packed Iron Robin when he was like expensive. I like ran out. Like, I've got Robin. My manager was like, "Get back on that fucking floor." I was like, "Yeah, sorry." I was fucking buzzing with it, mate. Just sat there like.
So what? Chris MD's code to buy the coins.
Yeah, because you used to it's like FIFA Ninja or so. I'm not trying to silly memory, but I'm something like that. And you could buy 100k for like 5-6 quid then back in the day.
Good old days.
Just sit there and rip some 7.5k packs on the web app.
Oh, that's so good. Right back in the back in McDonald's, but yeah, no, that's what I was saying was like back in those days, and even when you started, like the idea that there would be like Premier League footballers or even just professional footballers that would be watching your stuff, or there's players that are coming up right now that have genuinely grown up watching YouTube content is nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy.
It is weird.
And the thing is as well, like. You never know like who's watched your show. I was actually in the taxi here watching Alphonso Davies stream on Twitch.
Yeah,
he's literally streaming FIFA he's not even using his own card at left back. I'm thinking, why are you using Roberto
Carlos?
Who
was it? Was it Roberto Carlos? Oh, that's probably the one guy that you would probably be
I've got him
to
in my team, and I'm thinking my ultimate team left back is literally streaming him playing the game on Twitch. Like. Yeah, a lot of footballers and that they seem to enjoy doing that sort of thing. Like, and I was watching the video with Amelia and Timo Werner. Have you seen that video? The
chicken chop. The
lies video. Absolutely nuts. And he's like, oh yeah, I watch Twitch. And you think, I wonder if he's ever like just popped in or sort of just seen me like smashing a fucking controller at a thing or something, like just making a twat of myself, like.
Well, that's what I mean. They are, and they're watching Twitch, watching YouTube, and it's just like a bit of like a surreal thing now. And I always think that, right, especially with live streaming, is I wonder who's watching right now. Obviously, you have your viewer list, right, but you're not fucking scrolling through that all the time, and you're never gonna know what username are behind it. But I bet there's some insane people that have watched your stream that you'll just never know about.
Yeah, it's crazy. You do. I do think about that. So it's the back of my mind. You just think, have they been in? Have they ever popped in?
Yeah.
It's like some of them I know are in there though, because like they're friends that I've like moderated. Like Ryan Hardy, he plays for Argyle. He's like a good friend of mine. He's like a 27-month subscriber.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah, and it's the same as Sonny Bradley. So he's a really good mate of mine. He's a Luton Town captain.
Yeah.
But we actually like become mates like through Twitch. Like he was watching my stream, and then like when he was playing for Argyle, and he just dropped me a message and stuff. We just started yapping, and then like proper like.
That's so. It's just like an organic thing.
Oh
yeah. That's sick.
Insane. Like, and then you get to like know their families and whatnot. It's crazy. Like all through Twitch. Like it's mental.
Man. No, I think Twitch in the last like couple of years, especially throughout lockdown, just exploded things. Like, did you notice things like went up a level throughout lockdown?
Yeah, it did. It did definitely pick up. It did. I tell you what, actually, because there was one night. See, I got a silly memory. I remember. I try to remember things that like when things like go well or terribly. I tend to remember. But it was actually one night, and you say about Harry. It was Ligue 1 in Team of the Season, I think, in FIFA 19.
Yeah.
And it was Ligue 1 Team of the Season. So that would have been end of like 2020, like April, May time. And it was just like one night, and I think like Harry put like a tweet out or something that he was in Dubai or somewhere, but he had my stream on.
Yeah.
And people were like tweeting me, like going like, "Oh, he's watched your stream," and obviously I'm like starstruck, like what the bloody hell.
Yeah.
And from that, like loads of people came in, and I had a ridiculous night that night. It was one of like my best ever.
Sick.
And then it almost like. You know,
what's the most amount of concurrent people you've had watching you at one time?
I think we had 23,000 for a stream at Team of the Year last year, and that was on one day. Yeah, that was pretty nuts.
That must. I mean, I don't even know how you keep up with like the chat at that point. Like once you start to get there, like it's hectic.
Yeah, it gets a little bit difficult. I try and I try and be an interactive streamer, like, you know, because I am very much someone, like, some people I would call them, like, they're almost like podcast type streamers. It's just like their style, you know, they do their thing, they do what they got to do, and, like, and I respect it. It's just the way I like to do it is I tend to find I use the chat a lot to bounce off.
Yeah.
So
to give you things to talk about.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. And that's why, like, the problem is nowadays, and this is the issue with Twitch, is that, especially with FIFA, is a lot of people are very demanding and they want things like instantly. Like the second you complete, like, say, like an icon pack or something, it's get it open. And like people will be like, oh, you see you next Tuesday. You know, open it now and do that and do this and you're this, you're that, and you just think like, come on, like, and then and that's when I get frustrated, and then you get people that will just write stupid things. And it's annoying, really, because it's not like, you know, the other viewers don't need that because they're just coming to chill out and they don't want people spoiling the.
Of course, just like killing the vibe, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. People just want things like instantly, and if you don't give it to them, they
kick off.
Just melt down. I'm like, just wait like a minute, you know?
I'm just going to get a glass of water, guys. Please.
Yeah. To be fair, you do have to have sometimes like the tactical cup of tea. Like, you've got to be done, right? Like, but you're stupid if you don't. And it's the same as like, I always like leave things for a little bit, but I do it the same every time. I say to people, like, if you have a roast dinner, you don't go straight for the meat, right? Like, you got to have the veg first.
Okay.